So hello guys, this is Ablaziz Al-Zohani. Welcome to Basilisk II map. Welcome to my guide to using Basilisk II to beginners part 2. And I see, for instance, so I'm going to if you're using a Macintosh, so you might be thinking you need a real Macintosh, right? But if you look at eBay, then if you try to search eBay and search for Power Mac G4, for instance, then you'll find all those cost a lot of money and very expensive. And finding the working one can be very expensive. Those can be crazy expensive. And also a Power Mac G5, for example, it's just very expensive. Very expensive. These are just too expensive to most people. These are just crazy expensive. These can be crazy expensive, and they don't even always ship anything like that. And then you have to do some way to get some software for them. Yeah, getting software can be a bit of a pain. You have to deal with those some CDs, and you have to do them. Yeah, it's just never fun. It can be like screwed up if you the program don't want. They have to write it with the CD again. They have to write getting the software to them. It can be a bit of a pain. And also getting software for them to beginners is not recommended. Those real Macs can be really expensive. So that's why those emulators came around, like the Basilisk II and the Ship Shaver, which would let you use our Macintosh OS without using a real Mac. So that's a cost-effective solution, because that was a good idea to save money. So here we go. So this time we're getting on the disk copy. The Macintosh Garden. You can get disk copy and those like or something. I'm gonna type disk copy, and so here we go. The disk copy, and there can be the specific versions of the disk copy, which you can which will prove to you by using. So once you try to you need this copy. However, you have to worry about those versions, and you have to make sure and hope it works. And so disk copy, which is and also imaging tool, which we don't copy that much. We just need to copy things like that. So here we go with this copy and how. So all of these binaries can be a little different. So you think that Shift F9. So in order to load this copy, you have to start Basilisk II again. Although that depends on how dependent on which version you want. Then AGR projects, which is the folder for the project. For my project, the emulator folder. Then I'm gonna click here. I'm sorry, but you see this copy, which is, I assume, is going to be the copy that's that usually designed for utilities. Doesn't have the disk copy. So I'm gonna copy the disk copy, and then double click. Here we go. Then click the SMI folder. Then once you got that, you can do it. then copy all of this stuff into the utilities folder. Once you do that, it's ready to throw this to the trash. Throw the SMI file away. Also, oops, I forgot you need to away, and also this one there. So once you do that, you can open this copy, then click agree. So here we go. So for example, if I want to mount an image like Photoshop, and so in theory you could yeah, it makes a beep or some. So we went back. So what about Photoshop? That application has a lot of issues with so a little bit better. But it isn't made for them internet. Latin. There's a stuff with expander. That's strange. That's strange to me. So yeah, those are just don't crap that nobody cares anyway. But I recommend you to create a new folder designed specifically for Stuff It Archives. I'm gonna make Stuff It. Stuff It Archives. And then type enter. So yeah. And then click Stuff It Archives in case you want to drag the file. Then click. Then release. So and then click Photoshop 4.0. And then there's just ton of disk everywhere, so it does take a while. So let's pause that. Here we go. Here's the the Photoshop folder that has a lot of disks, which means there will be a lot of things, the mount and things like that. But how could but there will be a lot of disks, so I don't want to make you stare at this. So we'll be back. Oh hey, so Adobe Photoshop is installed. And continue. Cancel. Yeah, cancel registration. Then click restart. And yeah, it's restarting all of the bunch of stuff that the computer needs to do in order to do something. Oh my god! It's put into the Mac OS, little Mac logo over here. What the? It's starting on like a Kodak position. That's gonna be a pretty weird. That's a weird issue. That's a weird issue when it comes to those stupid Kodak stuff that nobody cares. Who cares about Kodak stuff anyway? What the? Who cares about all the stupid Kodak stuff anyway? Oh my god, that wasn't pretty. With the extensions off. That I have to do with the extensions off. But like sure is some extension that just crash or something like that. Extensions. No wonder it's so crashed. I'm gonna remove it. Then remove all those extensions that because it always just crash. That will crash the system. I'm gonna remove all this Kodak stuff that is very unstable. They make the system really unstable Kodak stuff for them. That nobody cares. Empty trash. Okay. So yeah, start. So we're just trying to restart one of those stupid Kodak stuff that just crashes your computer. So yeah, it doesn't crash like this time. Because I don't want all those stupid Kodak stuff that just crashes the computer entirely. It just crashes. But the question is, does it work? Oh, there was a certain number. Abdulaziz. But I'm not gonna make it through, so here we go. Alright, here we go. We've got Adobe Photoshop up and running. So here we go, you know, the Photoshop tools. Yeah, what a magnificent splash screen with all those eyes and oranges. And it can help Adobe Photoshop. Thomas Norm, blah 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 blah. So, what the Microsoft Internet Explorer? But nah, these are probably just old websites, so nobody cares. So here we go, the Adobe Photoshop, which is what I'm trying to run in this case. And you know, if you try and you click new image and but I mean this program is, you know, completely freaking this version of the program is completely useless today. There's no reason to run Photoshop on this kind of machine. There are latest versions that can do way better than this. Like CS6 has way more features than this. So yeah, here we go for the Photoshop story, and to be able to run like Photoshop, and so you can do it just by clicking, you know, something, you know, that you can do. However, you know, this PC, which probably just do it for easy sharing. You know, the Internet Explorer, nobody cares about Internet Explorer. You know, the bright doesn't have the cool aqua theme or something like that. This one actually uses a very different code base, very different than, you know, the Mac OS X, which has some, you know, Unix code base. You know, much of the roots for Mac OS X has been, you know, well, technically it goes back to the next days, you know, the next versions, you know, the next step days. But you know, and there was also, you know, stickies and, you know, those scrapper, but again, nobody cares. So control panels, and that's your thing, and they click Apple Talk, which nobody cares about Apple Talk anyway, and Apple menu options, nobody cares about them anyway, and appearance. So you can set up on whatever theme, if you like Compson or Green World or French World, black and white, but tools or copper. Looks more electronic and French blue or something like that, you know, just for gold. You know, there's something, you know, like that. You know, green, black and white, just to see how nutmeg, and you can see how things like that. Options, yeah, you can. You know, this is a platinum appearance, yeah, charcoal, which is the replace the older, you know, charcoal Chicago font that was used, you know, the earlier days of the Macintosh. So here we go, you know, the desktop pictures, which is, you know, the embossed macOS logo, which, you know, you can choose, the patterns, and depending how. So, with your Copeland blue, that one look interesting, but not really. So once you find new clothes, again, this look interesting, but not really for the moment. What about tulips? Wow, that would look far more interesting. No, it is interesting, but you know, I love the picture, but for now, I'm just, and here we go. Here's some flowers, and you know, here we go. So there's a trash folder. So if you want to empty the trash, then you will have to click special and empty trash. Also, if you want to, you know, shut down the computer, traditionally you've got to click shut down. But there's also one thing about Basilisk II though. is if you click the X button, it will tell them to shut down. It says, are you sure want to shut down your computer now? So here we go. So once again, there can be some. So the auto software that. So here we go is the version which is called Drafting 2.9. So I'm gonna click so once you do that, click the 2.9 and then click the installer, which prompts you with the So I'm gonna click English. So here we go, the Basilisk II main, which open like that. So yeah, the fish installer and something like that. So here we go, the drag thing is 2.9. Here we go. Let's click here we go. Stop the drinking thing out of news. Nobody cares about all this stuff, so we're gonna have settings and a brand new doc and untitled doc. I'm gonna have the name of it. Basilisk doc. So once you do that, once you toolbar on the left shows you single click, that's one thing, and I'm not gonna make it so but here we go. So minimize the background or something like that. So what about your doc name and title bar or something like that? So no, I'm not really sure for now. So should an item name or something like that. So once you do that, so let's do it. So click yep, and I'm gonna exit that little dock and then remove. So yeah, here we go. Here's the dock. So how the position is up to you, whether you want to be like that or like that, or whatever you want to be like that is up to you. What if you want to be like a Mac style dock or Mac style dock, but that is up to you. That is completely up to you, depending on how you want things to be. So you can, however, you scale and do everything, applications or whatever. So once you do that, and so in theory, if I wanted to open the application, if I wanted to add an application, however, then I could just in theory, if we could to pop in Adobe Photoshop and drop it in, and then yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. So preferences, show winning process and that. Yeah, definitely do that. You see, I'm switching and hot spring to put font and colors and hiding, something like that. Delays and menus and something like that. And process doc and apparent, you can do, however, something between all these different types of docs. You can click open automatically, it does start up, or wait for the font to start up. And so for one thing, if I wanted to click open things on my start up, I could do that. Yeah, so once you do that, so you can in theory dock options, just in case in theory, but hiding those can be a little bit tricky or something like that. Those can be a little tricky. There can be layers and depending how you want to look like and color and for region red or that's up to you, depending on that depends on your reference. So that's and that depends on your reference. And that depends on your reference. So once you try to do them, you can this to all layers and all layers. So copy. So you can. So once you do that, you can click Save Settings, which will, in this case, save the settings in theory. So once you do that, you can. So the process appearance, which use wheel icon to random bar. In order to the hide names, it can be a little be a little tricky. And use directing sounds like arrow. You could do that. So you can do the sounds of pop and keyboard. Nothing got a keyboard. And exhale. Oh, bongo. Rattle. And tick. And tab. And switch. And the wood. Spoopy. What about indigo? Oh, not really. Hat. How? None. None. Directing sounds. The sound volume can be a little thing. So, sound volume can be a little bit lost. Volume can be a bit vary between higher sound volume, and you'll often want to. And so wonder if there's any Apple a sound folder. Well, if you look at Apple Extras, they click the sound, and So here is the sound control panel. So some beep. For now, I'm gonna go. That's recommend to copy into the control panels, which will open the mix case. Then click, then I recommend copying the sound control panel. So, but how could we, so that's what I recommend to the control panel, because with that one, it would give it instant access. This sound, it can be a bit of weird and rattle and indigo, so, and this is layers keyboard, hiding, not really menus, messing these, disable command Q, so we could, don't affect us windows, but, disable laptop, double click double options. So you think that don't forget dock windows to tabs and sound and colors and do something about them. That might some little bits, then process dock and get a place and go on. So you can hide names, so you can make them any macOS Aqua style dock. You put that how you will. Names or when you want to, and so you can hide names and just by click this video and just show names and hide names. So once you do that, if you click Save Settings. So once you do that, So in theory, if I wanted to open the application with the application, then I could just work open by clicking, and and there we go. There's an alternative to the Macintosh launcher that had the useless features, and the same thing happens. That's just Photoshop. It's clear. And the same thing happens. It's just Photoshop. That's pretty cool for the time. Being able to launch quickly applications, and that's can be really good thing about the things. So that's why. So I can see why. So then quit the Photoshop. So yeah, so when it works, so if you restart them, then it's starting up the Mac OS. And then
please register your copy of Drag Thing.
but I'm not gonna make you serious, so we're back. And Evie is just trying to register. What the? There's some infinite numbers between them. Try them.
Thank you for registering.
Yeah, so a little bit, distorted in that record. So yeah, so that's what it, and in theory. So in theory, then then I could click save settings. So let me show you what the save settings. So when I click restart, it will restart the Mac OS thingy with some little cool final logo and everything. Well, except for this case, it doesn't really work as well for some reason. So it's a little bit weird in that regard. But for now. But that's pretty much it for the Basilisk II, or a guide to using Basilisk II to beginners, part 2. If you didn't watch the IEN TV's channel's interview of me and Majd, then you should watch that interview. So, otherwise, but I have a few other warnings to tell. Apple is ridiculously, it's very ridiculously easy to hate Apple. There's I'm sorry just for a little bit. So yeah, here we go, and that is it for Basilisk II. And I think if you like the video, then click like the video. If you dislike this, if you didn't like the video, then click dislike button. So yeah, something you can, but so it's safe to say, hey, thanks for watching.